Okay, with our first object formatted, if we open up the appearance panel, I can see those appearance attributes in the little swatch top left. Simple enough to click and drag to add that identical appearance to other objects in the comp. Similarly, I can drag from the appearance attributes in the properties panel. Super quick way to make sure things are accurate and happening. It's going to shift select my arrow artwork, and this time with a group selection I can go ahead and apply a change. Now, as the arrows are made up of strokes, I'm editing the stroke area, just choosing a colour that looks good, so that looks okay. And that's done that for the colour. With my placeholder text, I'm just going to pop in, first of all, probably do a little bit bigger, and individually grab each of these pieces of text and format them into the artwork. So this time what I'm doing is grabbing the type tool and single clicking to generate point type as opposed to a type area. So I'll do that with each of these and process them around a little bit. Okay, so just roughing in each of these labels. Simple matter of copying and pasting into a point type object and just arranging onto the artwork. No point in processing them straight away. Once I've got them in a rough position, shift selecting and just changing the fill, the type fill, and a few other attributes, size, the weighting I've bolded those, and then just arranging. There'll be one or two, for instance this one that needs to be slightly smaller, just because of the amount of text, and getting them quickly arranged and roughed into place. For the next step, just selecting a piece of text, and often this is a good technique to copy a piece of existing text. It saves having to worry about the attributes. Just opening up the layer menu and wanting to generate some new artwork, so I'm just going to pop in a new layer to work into, and with the ellipse tool creating a new circle element to just pop into the background to give things a little bit of a highlight. As it transpires, when I single click after selecting that tool, I'm able to determine a new size. I'm just going to turn off the constraints there, get it right. And it's just using the default black fill. That'll be fine for the moment. In fact, it'll let me sort of arrange things, and I should see that my arrows probably do need a little bit of work after this, but I'll scale, single click, and give myself a slightly larger piece of artwork, maybe even a little bit larger, and that's really showing up how wonky my arrows are, but we'll fix those in a sec. Now, interestingly, this has gone into the wrong layer, so I'm using the selection target to click and drag from the wrong layer into my new layer, and that will just transfer that over without me having to copy and paste, and keeps it arranged nicely. I can drag that behind the artwork in the other stack. Just want to label that one so I know where I'm going, and apply a different an appearance that works better with the design. Okay, so from there I'm able to come back and just want to drop the opacity of that element just a little bit in the properties panel. Now I'm able to start working on my text label, on the graphic label, a size that suits, and in the properties panel, just going to set that to white, and that's looking pretty good. one or two simple adjustments from there, just to have that title doing what it needs to do. And then the very final step here is to just tweak these arrows. Simple enough to just click to select and give it a little bit of a rotate, and things will start looking okay. That's that one as well. Good.